Hello everybody, this is Galator from Galator's Gaming. So, you know how one of my hobbies is, growing stuff? Well, I have another, gardening video for some people who want a little different— Chiggy, shut up! I have a little different video for the people who like a little break just in gaming content. And this video is, I would say it's kind of a progress video because it's a video I think I'll title Project Food Forest. So what's this video about? Well, I'm basically trying to turn this forest that's been going on. Okay, thanks for the notifications phone. So I've been basically trying to turn this forest that's been going on for years and turn it into more of a food forest kind of deal, because all the natural systems that make growing perfectly fine with little work are already there. And I prove this concept by that. This is actually lettuce I've seeded, and it's actually growing right now. And as you can clearly tell, that this dirt is perfectly fine, perfect black dirt. And it's because the forest actually provides its own, the forest naturally provides its own mulch. So I don't have to do really a thing per se, other than just place the seeds. So that's what I've been doing, is I've been grabbing random seeds I had over here. I have a stockpile over the years, and really whenever I get a bug or two, or I see a good deal, I usually do that. I've been growing more short varieties. For example, here, these are average sweet onions I've planted, and they're growing right now. I got them as bulbs, and they're growing right now. And I know this because this wasn't here. This was down here, and it was completely yellow. So it's alive right now. It's growing. Has plenty of nutrients and mulch. The forest naturally will provide itself, and you're probably thinking a lot of the areas I have planted won't live very long because they don't have sunlight. Well, here's the thing. The trees over there, they actually transfer a lot of that energy from the sunlight and whatnot into the ground. So even if the plants are not getting sunlight, they're still getting that energy. They're still getting that energy that's into the soil. What I'm doing is merely exploiting, I guess. I'm exploiting that process. So these are not the only onions I have planted. I have a bunch of little patches of onions planted around the area. And over here I have no idea what this is, but I'm getting rid of it. But in here I actually have asparagus. In this little hole right here, I have 3 holes in this forest. I have asparagus planted. Those are, I'm trying to remember if the term is a perennial or annual. I'm pretty sure the term is perennial, where they come back every year. So, this is the first year I planted asparagus. So I'm not really expecting to get much, but they'll come back better every year. I have other things such as seeds, cantaloupe seeds I've salvaged from a cantaloupe that me and my family ate. I salvaged the seeds and I have planted here. I have string beans around here. Bittersweet onion, or barrow sweet onions, I think they're called. I really don't know. Cucumbers, cantaloupe, watermelon, radishes, beets, turnips. And here's the thing, some of the seeds I actually would just grab and I would just spread out on the ground and let nature do its core. Let nature take care of itself. I even have some apple seeds I have scattered about. And it's gonna take care of itself. over time, so I wouldn't have to do a thing really. Oh, if you let me give you a closer look, because this is a variety that appeared randomly. This is the first time I've seen this. It's because and this is the first time this ever grew here, and I think that's mainly because I started planting stuff around here. But I think this is a form of dockweed, which is a good sign, because that means there's more variety. And it's a pretty nice looking plant, so I think I'll keep it. If anything, I'll keep it and have it as add more diversity into the area, if anything. So as you can see, in areas around here, I have different little plots. Here's another plot of onions I have. And I've just basically been salvaging any seeds I can find and just spreading them around here. And here's the thing, the way I spread them, they're not even most likely making contact with the soil just yet. But we just had a very vigorous rainstorm, so all the seeds that were not even contacting the soil are most likely embedded in the soil. They're moistened, and they're more likely gonna grow. Because here's the thing, that's what I'm just placing seeds down. Like, I'm just placing some random seeds down and letting nature take its course. Because here's something that people need to understand, is that the way we have our conventional growing is not really efficient, because we have to constantly put nutrients back in the soil, and usually that involves chemicals and drugs and the typical shite. But the forest has been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years with little to practically no human intervention. So I figured, hey, I may as well use that system to clean up the area a little bit, make this place more inhabitable for, well, people, me, and animals. Or dock leaf, I think. And all in all, it definitely seems to be doing quite well. This forest certainly seems to be a lot more vibrant and alive. As a matter of fact, we're coming across one of the areas I planted a lot of onions in. Here we are. So, essentially what happened is that years ago there was a storm that happened that blew this tree over, and this was left behind. This tree is pretty much all rotten, so I'm using the little mound of soil here as a means to grow stuff. And you can tell that a lot of the onions are growing right now, because the little new growth that comes in. And besides, this stuff is like food. This stuff is like stuff you can eat. The onions and stuff like that stuff is stuff you can eat. But the way I'm having this all set up is that it'll actually self-sustain itself, because one, forests hold their moisture a lot better than conventional farms. And as you can see around me, there's plenty of mulch that the trees pretty much provide themselves. So this is pretty cool. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm essentially using a method that's been around for hundreds of years to provide myself with food, provide me and my family with food, and general better sustainable living. And lately I've been finding a lot of more different types of animals. I've been seeing more rabbits around, although they don't really bother me. I think the rabbits are so used to my presence to the point where I can literally be up and near them, like touching distance, and they're not really afraid of me. And I don't really just plan on only growing things like beets and whatnot. I plan on growing more stuff too, like more varieties and more different types. Like, what did I... For example, like, maybe even some different fruit trees in here to a certain point. Certain types of other vegetables, like carrots or more root vegetables. Those will definitely do well in this kind of situation. If anything, I could probably make that a path that leads into this area. You see, nature is essentially making its own little path here, which is pretty cool. I just need to get people to stop throwing their shit in my yard. Rather frustrating. No, it's actually doing pretty well. I've been discovering new stuff here and there. New animals, new birds. I even saw a bird that was freaky looking. It had a large beak. I know, and before anyone says anything, no, it was not a toucan. I know it wasn't. But it still had a freaky large beak. Oh no, it's, I'm actually generally surprised people don't use this method more and more. Because if we had more forests like these, if we had more forests like these that are providing food and whatnot, keep in mind, this isn't 100% providing food yet, but things are growing, things are prospering at the moment. And all in all, I've seen other videos of people using systems like this, so if we had people doing more and more of this, I really don't think global warming and food would be much of an issue, really. Seeing as the systems are essentially been here for millions of years. And thinking about it, I'm probably droning on right now. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So I thank you for listening to this video, and by all means, if you enjoyed it, this is rather a chill video, by all means, like, comment, subscribe if you wish, only if you wish, and share with a friend. This is Galator from Galator's Gaming, signing off.